Green light, go, go, go.
Right then, hopefully this is working. That'd be good. If someone in the chat, if anyone's in the chat, could just let me know if they can hear me. That'd be fantastic. Fantastic. Thanks, Steve. Cheers. Excellent. Right, so here we are. Fantastic. Right, I've not done this before. I may not do it again, but let's see how we go. Welcome. SIMseniors are back. Group 1 tonight as the season opener at Oulton Park. Fantastic track. Loads of overtaking opportunities, said no one ever. But it should be good fun. There are a lot of people here tonight. If I'm looking at it right now, I can tell you, counting 35 on track now, 35 on track. So it should be a spectacle. Fantastic. No carnage whatsoever. Perfectly clean race with no incidents, which would be absolutely lovely for the stewards and for us as admin of the group as well. So yeah, good luck with that one. Anyway, let's just have a look on track, see who's out there doing some laps now in practice. We've got quite a few new guys this season. As you know, we all... Oh, there's a sub there. Fantastic. Cheers, Roger. Thank you. I think I know who that is. Right, excellent. We've got quite a few new guys this season, and we got quite a few new fast guys as well. So the group's big. Both groups are a bit bigger. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. We split the groups into two, as you all know. So yeah, hi everybody in chat. Hi Nikos, good to see you. Cheers Chris, Paul. Yeah, we've split the groups into two, so we kind of got pro and am, or pro and pro-am in each group. I'll try and call them out as we go, but to be honest, race control software and my brain probably won't quite keep up with each other, but I'll be more focused really on keeping an eye on what you guys are saying in chat, and also just making sure I can keep up with where the close action is on the screen as well. So we're not quite into qualifying yet, we're just about to start. Just a quick mention to the winners from our cut short last season. We cut it short for a lot of reasons, but I think it's the right call because we're able to restructure for the restart, which is great. So just looking at Group 1 from last season, congratulations go to winner Russell Nash. He was a fair chunk ahead of everybody else by the time we closed off the season. But I'd say closing up Danny Moffat and then Simon Aid as well, who ended up finishing third. There was some transferred points over from Group 2 for Simon as well, but all credit to him, he was driving fantastically. Probably gets badge of honour for most improved driver over the season, I would have thought. And in Group 2, none other than man in chat, Steve Howells stormed away with the win in his Beamer in that season. But second and third place, it's pretty close actually, second and third. Could have changed had we run an extra few races, but congratulations to Phil and Alex as well. Phil Giles, Alex North, coming second and third as well in the season. So here we are, qual is about to start, so let's crack on. So what can we say about Oulton Park? It's a tough track, it's a tight track, I love running it. I don't know if I could race on it. It's going to be line astern out there tonight with all of these guys on track. We are now looking at 39 drivers on track across the two classes, so it's going to be quite entertaining. Whilst they're just all out in their out laps, just talk a little bit about what we're going to do going forward for the commentary and for the streams. Tonight I'm just running solo, but hopefully with a bit more prep I can get some other people involved and we can get a few commentary teams up and running for the rest of the season for groups 1 and 2, which would be good fun for everyone. In the interim, we're stuck with me. I'll try not to talk all the time because I'll exhaust myself and you guys as well. Oh, already got some off tracks through sheer panic, I think. If we're looking at changes that we've got, obviously I mentioned the fact the groups we've got. Hold on a second, just let me enter that in game. There we go. I can't click buttons and talk at the same time, so you'll have to excuse me there. Right, let's just click on a driver. We've so we've got the two groups. We've got some changes to the rules of the season as well regarding sort of conduct on tracks, stuff like that. And but largely it's the same principle as SIMseniors. We want as much as we can, even though it's Oulton Park with 800 drivers, clean fair racing. So we'll see how we get on with that this evening. We've got some familiar names here, some people we haven't seen for a while as well. So just focused on Alessandro. He was doing really well in the championship till mid-season when he pulled out last season. He was in the old Aston. He's moved over now to the new the new Ferrari, as a lot of people have, which annoyingly doesn't show up on my race control software as a Ferrari. It just says don't know what it is. So I am counting on my screen maybe half of the field in don't know what it is cars, which are the new release ones. So either the Ferraris or the new Porsche. But there is quite a good blend across there as well. And what's good to see, there's a lot of people back in the Beamer again. So I think when V1.9 came out, a few people were pretty much giving up on the Beamer, or it was feeling pretty awful. But as the weeks have passed and as we've had a bit of time to settle between seasons, which was again the main reason for stopping was new release as well, just screwing up everybody's cars. So yeah, as we've had a few weeks to get adjusted to things, the Beamer seems to be really fast and seems to have a bit more power, top speed on the straights than we're used to as well. So could end up being a really strong car for the season. As far as Oulton Park goes, let's just have a little look around. Some people putting in some laps already. Some new guys in the group. We've got Wolf Slenner here, who's excuse the pronunciation, name's Carl196. He's in our pro category, and half the field is in the pro category. He's out there now, looking like he's on a pretty hot lap, to be fair. Oulton Park, there's a lot of corners. I won't try and name them all, but if I was trying to pull out places that were potential overtaking spaces, I'd suppose we'd say there are opportunities going into Knickerbrook, halfway around the lap. Occasional opportunities coming down the avenue after T1 down into Cascades, but that's a bit of a risky one. And then there's coming around Island Bend into the hairpin. It's a possible opportunity there as well. But yeah, tough track to pass on. I think it's going to be a challenge for a lot of guys. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. And yeah, I'm just going to click through a few names as we go through qualifying. Who's put in a good lap? Okay. So 196 there, Wolf Slainer has put in a 134.342. So I think the track's gone optimum now. We were seeing on a fast track from some of the fast guys in this group getting into the 133s. So I think target on an optimum track, if people really hit their marks, it's going to be a mid to a low 33. We'll have to see how they go. Like I said, some of the guys here, it's not alien pace, but it's not far off it. They're pretty fast. I think it's going to be really competitive there at the top. And then also in the Pro-Am category, we've got a lot of still very fast guys in there. If I was able to race, I'd be racing and fighting hard to stay in with that pack at Pro-Am, I think now. The group has expanded. The group's got a lot of really fast guys in it now. So SIMseniors is doing great. Yeah, exactly, Nikos. I think you got it right. I think people like Wolf are looking good, but you can't rule out there's some really fast guys in there. So calling out a few names. Alessandro Merigaglia, Adam Ostrachaz on Twisty Track in the Beamer. He's fantastic. He was with us last season. But then we got Marsh. We got the Larsons. Are they brothers? Larson brothers? All of them on the practice server putting in really swift times, to be fair. There's a couple of other Italians as well. A guy called Luciano Molino. He's going really fast too. So just see if I can find him on track. Have a little round, look round. There we go. Might just pop up to Helicam for a minute actually, so we can have a look round. So yeah, again, a lot of people in either the new Ferraris or the new Porsches. Right, where are we at the top of the table? So times wise, just let me get this up for a quick look. Okay, so at the moment we got Alessandro Merigaglia running in P1, just in the, wow, he's well into the 33s already. Saunders just come in there, Jay Saunders in the Lambo, car 110. It's going pretty fast too. Get the basic, that's better. Get that view up. That's a pretty crowded track, isn't it? A lot of people on track there. Okay, excuse me a sec, got a load of WhatsApp messages coming up, it's really annoying. Cool, so who else we got on track we'd like to have a quick look through? I'll just go through a few of the people at the top. So we saw also already, Mr. Cullingworth here has just joined. He's running in the Beamer. I saw him putting in some really fast times on a practice server. And he's already done a 134 flat in quali with 8 minutes to go. So some really good times going in already. Oh dear, that's some poor quali etiquette going on just down there. It's looking a bit tight. It always was going to be at Oulton with this many drivers. Adam's here, Adam Ostrachaz. He ran with us last season and before that as well in a previous season. So he's a regular Group 1 racer. He's pretty fast everywhere, and what he seems to be really good at is looking after his tyres. I think he does a fair bit of endurance and he knows what he's doing. So he's cooling them down right now on the grass. That's the perfect way to look after your tyres. I think, to be fair, he's going to go back, get a new set on and come out for another run. But he's running P5 at the moment. Close behind him at the moment on a 134.4. Got Rich Gasson. Another really fast driver. I saw him put in a 33.4 in practice on a fast track. So he's very capable of running low 33s here. He just hits his marks. Running the new Lambo, which I would advocate. It's a fantastic choice. I've been running that myself. I think it's a fantastic car. Not as popular as the new Fiat and Porkies, but I think it's a great car. It's really stable. Feels like the Audi used to feel before it went a bit squiggly. So just behind Rich at the moment, we got Mr. Marsh, car 27. Again, running one of the new cars there. It's a new Porsche. Yeah. Then we've got some of our newer members. Larson, Jay Larson there. What's he put in so far? Mid 34. Mr. Neve's got a 34.6. And then we got Gary Barham. Evening, Gary. Lovely livery on that car, actually. Do you like that? Mr. Richard Cook has given up on the gentleman's tourer of the Bentley. The Boatley has been parked in the garage, and the staff are cleaning it right now. But he's brought out the new AMG this evening. It's got a new livery on there as well. Apologies, I can't get close up on the liveries, so my keyboard shortcuts aren't doing what I'm expecting them to do. But yeah, Mr. Cook's looking really fast in that AMG, actually. It's giving him a proper car after having to drive the Bentley for 2 years. I think is giving him a new lease of life. So expect some pretty good times from him. He's in the Pro-Am category, so we expect to see him at the front of Pro-Am, and I will keep trying to call out where people are in their respective categories. Apologies if I don't, but you can always see it on the boards at the end of the race. I'll probably focus mainly on front of track rather than front of category. I haven't got a production team with me. I've got Brown here in car 22. One of the very few people that's still riding the old Macca. A lot of people having trouble with the McLaren in V1.9. There's an Evo coming soon. Don't know when that is, but I think that might be a car of choice for anyone who's a lover of the Macca but isn't really loving it right now. Another Larson just here in the new Fiat there, and we're looking now in the high 134s. Okay, and there is actually, sorry, I've just missed a lap, but Mr. Sparks here, a car 88, just done a 133.2 to put it on pole. So first is Sparks, car 88. Second is Rich Gasson in car 78 at the moment, close behind on a 133.4. And then there's Mr. Cullingworth, who's on a 133.6. I knew he'd be fast. He is fast. Then after him, it's Merigaglia, Wolfsener, Saunders, Molino, Marsh, Moffat, and Chris Bourne, rounding out the top 10. There's quite a few in the pits at the moment. Looks like Chris has just put on some new boots. He's going out to put in another lap now. 4 minutes to go in quali. Should give people enough time to get round and do one or two laps probably. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in chat. Sorry, I'm not keeping up. Doing my best. Okay, yeah, commentators curse, Chris. It was an absolute cracker. It's good to get them out of the way early. It's nice to know I've got the gift. So that is a busy track. Gee, it's getting out of hand out there. Some people really struggling to get out and get in their final laps, I think, as we knew it would be. Super tight if you're looking at the map. Let's have a quick look at that now. Gee, look at that. It's, yeah, challenging. Okay, so Chris is going out for another one. Who's on a fly here? Molino here, he's a tenth, 2 tenths up on his best. He's on a 133.5. So this could compete for pole if he can just keep it on black stuff. Get a good lap in. Let's see how much of this he cuts. Fairly aggressive. Over the curb there. Oh no, he's dropped the lap. He's given up on the lap. Maybe he went off track, who knows. Right, who else we got? Sparks is in P1, but he's going out again. It's the Beamer. The Beamer is absolutely ripping around Oulton. It's quite expected, I suppose. It's a technical track. Good for a car with that. There should be game sound. Can anyone else not hear the game sound? I have got it plumbed in. It should be there. I'll just shut up a sec. So can anyone confirm if we do have game sound? It should be there. Okay. Paul, you need to get down the ear place to get your ears checked. Right. Who else is there at the top now? So okay, P1 still is Mr. Sparks. Still on. It's on a 133.2. But Rich Gasson here. Look at that livery. That's red and green. Should never be seen. That's what I was told by my mum. Red and green livery. Running there. He's got 133.4. So it's a gnat's whisker there. And then 133.575 for Molino. If we look at the Pro-Am category, Mr. Cook's rocking it at the moment with the 134. Commentator's guts, number 2. Going to go for a hat trick in quali. 134.2 in the Pro-Am category at the moment. So he's on provisional first for Pro-Am, and then it's a fair few places back But shout outs as well in that category, John Gabbett, who's just behind Mr. Cook in the category. Then it's Neve. Kamara, his new guy to the season, but he's been racing quite a few races with us and been racing the Porsche Cup races with us as well, actually. He's pretty swift, so you want to keep an eye out for him this evening. Okay, then we've got Craig Starkey. Moved to the Ferrari. He was another who suffered with the McLaren, just can't get it to work at the moment. So he's moved over to the Fiat and he's absolutely loving it. And he's going well in it, to be fair. I've seen him be very pacey in it, and he's got the best of me around Brands Hatch the other day as well. So he's looking really solid there. And then honourable mentions, Gary Barham, 134.6, Simon Aid. Then we're looking all the way down the pack now. Still running the original Ferrari is Thomas Lenatis. So yeah, he's been going well again as well. It's pretty colourful livery he's got there. It's looking good. Colin, why are you in chat? You should be out on the track trying to do some laps. Yeah, strike 3. I've had 3 strikes in quali. That is pretty impressive. Nearly the end of quali now. Those to get over the line get their last laps in, if they possibly can. Right, but yeah, Thomas trying to put in a good lap there, but at the moment he's looking quite far down the field. I don't think he's had a clear lap yet, to be fair. So yeah, and who else is still on track? Mr. Sparks is still trying to better his time. He's a 10th up at the moment on his 133.2. Let's see what he can get. Coming over the line now, and he's got 133.182. What an absolute lap. What a stonking lap that is. I don't think anybody else is going to beat that, and I'm trying to think who else is still on track trying to put a lap in. John Cullingworth, he's a 10th up, and he's on a 133.6 at the moment, so possibly challenging maybe for front row. Let's see how he goes. Mr. Wolfslener as well is a 10th up on his 133.8, so I'll jump over to him in a second. Johnny's still up. It's a 10th and a half up on his best. He's put it in 3rd place on a 133. What is it? 133.532. I've got Alessandro coming across the line now. He's lost. He's given it away in the last sector, so he was on a good lap. And Peter gave that up as well. So here we are at the end of quali. We have our so going from top down. I think we can just see it on the screen as well. Sparks car number 88, BMW 133.182. Is Chris still out there doing a lap? Looks like it. No, he's pulled it up now. Okay, so we've got Sparks 133.182. Then we've got Rich Gasson, John Cullingworth, and Molino. They're all in the 33s. Wolfslener, Merigaglia, Alessandro Merigaglia, they are all 133s. That's the slowest time there, 133.742, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, then we're looking into the 134s. Mr. Cook, Richard Cook qualified highest of the Pro-Am category with a 134.2. And then behind him, John Gabbett pulling out an impressive 134.3. He's been putting the laps in this week. So I hope he has a really good race. I really hope for him as well. He had a rough start to the last season, and that I know could possibly be another commentator's curse. So I hope everyone has a good start to the race and a good start to the season. Righty ho, just give me a second. I'll try my Be Right Back slide, see if it actually works. That's not bad, is it? Never actually used this stuff before. It's all new, you know, guys. Every day's a school day. I've even got an intermission one where I can say hi. Evening all. Here's my face. Right, so we're just waiting for the session to restart. Be on the grid. So let's just have a quick catch up on the chat. Colin McNair, I'm so slow. Yes, Colin, yes you are, but only here. I'm surprised that I thought you'd be doing all right. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely, Roger, you mentioned in race interviews. I want to get some people up for co-commentary. That'd be good fun. Race interviews at the end. Basically the stuff that Desi and Craig were smashing out of the park last season when we were lucky enough to get them doing it. I'm not saying I'm going to be doing that, but I just wanted to get this race out tonight in some form so you guys could all watch it and enjoy it. I'll hopefully do tomorrow's as well because I can't race because I've knackered my shoulder basically. So every time I race, I feel fine, and then the next day, it's not. It's old age stuff, right? We all get that. Okay, so moving on. I'm putting my maladies to one side. Okay, we're now back to the grid. Let me make sure I get my. It's going to be a full formation lap unless Colin's not set it up that way, but I'm pretty sure he has. I'm getting nervous for the guys now. I'm getting nervous. Right, let's get on the track. Okay, 2 minutes to start. Yeah, the game audio is fairly quiet. I can put it up a bit probably. Give me a second. I'll just crank that up to 11. Maybe I'll bring my audio down. That would make things a bit better. I'll hear a bit more of the lovely sound of the cars, not my whinging, slightly West Country, but slightly nondescript accent. Righty-ho. Yeah, so just looking through the field again. So in the pro category, yeah, Sparks, Gaston, Cullingworth, Molino, Walsiner, Merrigaglio, Saunders, Moffat, Bourne, and then Marsh, Larson, P. Larson, first of the Larsons, Adam Osterchaz, Andy Oldhouse, and then the other Larson, J. Larson, don't know the names, sorry, all in cars that won't tell me what they are, so they're either Porsches or new Ferraris. And then Brooks, Hellstrom, and Ponoff, and Waite. Then at the top of the Pro-Am category, mixed in with a grid, Richard Cook, John Gabbett, and Mr. Neves, sorry, I don't know the full name. Then new chap Kamara, Craig Starkey, Gary Barham, Simon Aid, all together, hopefully being really nice and not door banging each other like they do on Fridays. That'd be good. And then Mr. Brown, Rogers in the silvers. And yeah, we've got a right mix down there actually. I would expect to see quite a few movers and shakers from the back that didn't get a good lap in on quali. I think there's quite a few of those out there that really struggled on quali. So let's see how they get on in a race. I suppose because it's my first YouTube stream ever, I've always wanted to say, if you like the stream or want to see more of this, please subscribe. That'd be fantastic. If you're not subscribed already, we're not trying to take over the world. We're just trying to serve the audience that we have. But it's nice to know that people sub to the channel, and then hopefully the planned events as well, you'll get alerts for too. So we'd appreciate it. Thanks very much. Okay, good. Just check. Everybody can see everything. Mr. Wilson saying that there's a chance of crashes at the start is cheating. It is probably nobody would ever bet against you on that. I would say no one's going to bet against you. That's my guess. But it is a big grid. We are 40 cars on the grid, chaps. 40 cars tonight. That is insane. Let's just have a look at the map. That's brilliant. What a turnout. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we're just let's go on bumper cam at the front here. So we're just coming down. I'll try and do the corners because, you know, why not? Give it a go. So we're just on to we just come through Cascades. We're on to Lakeside now. Coming up to Island Bend, which is a lovely sweeping 5th gear for the Brave on a sticky day. Drop to 4th if you are feeling the fuel's a little bit heavy. But yeah, rip round here and then floor it again before going hard on the anchors into Shellwell's corner. This is a fantastic corner. The camber into this is absolutely wonderful. Feels fantastic when you absolutely nail it. You get it right, you can take it low 2nd gear, or you can put it in 1st if you like the noise. Coming around again, coming towards Fulstons, and this is the corner where it's sort of make or break in quali, isn't it? Braking at or just after that marker we just passed. Hard over the curves on the left, which version 1.9 lets us do a little more aggressively than we're used to. And then smash it back up the hill. 2nd gear or 1st if you're feeling cautious. Over hilltop. Down now towards the little complex at Knickerbrook. Run off on the left. I feel we may see being used on lap 1 or 2. Just a guess. Coming round now through Knickerbrook. I've lost my corners now. Clay Hill, Water Tower, Druids Corner. We're coming up to, you know, we're just coming through Clay Hill. And again, lovely set of corners if you just got the car right, especially on light fuel. In particular, coming around here, knowing you've got your line right and flooring it through here, taking a wide exit all the way over the curb. and then hard and fast up to 5th gear by the end of this straight. Everyone bunching up now into Druids, into Lodge Corner, and then up Deer Leap to the start finish line. So let's go. I think Helicam, and we will I'll concentrate a bit now, not talk so much. Don't want to miss the start of the race. But let's just have a little look now. I'll focus on the lead drivers just for now. I won't be going back and looking at too many incidents because I feel there may be more than a few. So I might just leave it with us focusing. So here we go. And we're green, we're away. Sparks has got a good start. Rich Gasson's pushing hard. He's up the inside. John Cullingworth up the inside. He takes it. Oh, he's clipped. He's clipped Rich Gasson there. Oh dear, that's both of them compromised there. Rich in particular has been pushed right round. So Gasson's going to be right at the back of the pack. We're looking now. Luciano Molino's in 2nd place. So we're coming around now. I'll just get back up to Helicam actually. Oh, that's not helpful. Okay. So it looks Mr. Sparks, car 88, the BMW's got a useful lead at the moment, but close behind Luciano Marino. Then we've got Mr. Wolfseller in 196. Alessandro Merigaglia, who's challenging hard for the win last season until he pulled out. He's in 4th in a Ferrari now, as I mentioned, not the Aston. And then we're looking 5th place. Dan Moffat's had a cracker. He's pushed it up to 5th already, taken advantage of the carnage at the start, I think. Let's just have a little look there. Yeah, and last of the late breakers, Dan Moffat. It's a horrible thing to see in your rear view mirror. Okay, then we've got Saunders. Behind Saunders, Chris Bourne. Just let me get my relatives up so that I can see where stuff is really tight on the track. It's a yellow flag for Sims lower down in P35. We won't go to that just now. Back to the front again. I'm just going to put it on TV cam so we can see the spacing. So again, Sparks, Molino, Woolsigner, Merigaglia, Moffat, Saunders, Chris Bourne, Cullingworth, Cook. So front of the Pro-Ams at the moment, Rich Cook. He's having a good run already. He's up to P9 in the race as well, so really, really representing. As I said, Kamara in the Pro-Am as well. He's up to P12, so he's P2 in the Pro-Am category at the moment. This is going to be hard to follow, right? Okay, just back to the front again. Got to stop drinking. Start drinking the water, otherwise I'll seize up. DZ98, whoever's DZ98. Where's Nash? Nash is not racing this season. He's decided not to race this season, which is fine. We got shame really, because there's plenty of fast guys that I'd love to have competed with in this season. And we've got some seriously fast guys, if you've seen at the front now as well. So yeah, he didn't enter this season. Stewards are going to be busy. That's why I didn't volunteer to be one of them. Okay, so Sparks there, he's comfortable, but I think Molino's probably just biding his time at the moment. Let's see what he's put in on a lap. Don't want qualifying laps. I want to see race laps. Okay, Molino running a bit wide there, wasn't he? He was pushing it. Okay. A couple of mistakes from Molino have given Mr. Sparks a bit of a lead there, so we'll just focus on P2 for the minute. Where else are we looking really close? I'll just pop back to P12 here, because we've got Kamara, who's 2nd in the Pro-Am category, and behind him he's got Marsh, car 27, who's in the Pro category, so he's probably looking to get through and get back to the lead pack. Of course, Mr. Marsh won't care what category Kamara's in. He just wants to get past. Oh, and that was a spin there. Who was that just went off? That was Marsh, just went off. Let's just go back and have a quick look at that. Just see where it all went wrong. Okay, so took a lot of curb there. Yeah, he just hit the inside curb, then he can't stay from the outside. And it's had a very, very firm acquaintance with the wall there. I don't think it's going to be recovering from that. Straight to pit. Okay, back to the leader now. Oof. I seem to be picking them tonight, don't I, guys? Whenever I focus on anyone, they seem to spin off the track. Maybe I should just leave it on Helicam. Okay, Molino in 2nd there. Let's just have a look at that little battle behind. So we got Saunders here in the... See the Lambo. It's a new Lambo, isn't it? Yeah, nice livery. Go for that. We'll have a vote for best livery of the night if I manage to get through some of the cars. He's being chased down by Chris Bourne, John Cullingworth just straight behind him there, and Adam Nostriach has. I think that could run for the whole race, to be honest. They're all solid drivers. Like I said, that Lambo super solid, and the back end of the Lambo, unlike the Audi, just feels really planted even around tracks like this. So I think it could be a real competitor this season. Don't know what anyone else thinks as far as the new cars go, but yeah, there's not that many people taking the Lambo, which has surprised me really. Okay, Brown's got a drive-through. Don't quite know what he got the drive-through for, but he's dropping back now, so it looks like he's taking it. He's now down in P21. Okay, just pop up to Helicam again. It's a lot of trees. Helicam has a lot of trees. Okay, so yeah, these four in close proximity at the moment. Where else is it close? I think we got Craig Starkey. Yeah, it's a good battle going on here. Starkey, McNair, Oldhouse, Rogers and Waite all pretty much within a second of each other. Line astern. Craig under some pressure here to get his new Fiat working and really put the laps in. And Colin, no doubt, behind, probably on the flashers. Flasher McNair behind him there with his headlights. I don't know if he's flashing or concentrating. Maybe he's writing in chat again, who knows. Yeah, you're right, Steve. I think, like you said, John and Chris, they can just lap and lap, right? They're not going to make, well, I'm not going to say this, am I? I'm not going to say they won't make silly mistakes. Yeah. Very good, very clean, experienced drivers. It's great to have them in the group, to be fair. So, yeah, appreciate them being here. This looks good for Colin. He keeps getting a run on Craig. He's also giving himself a bit of space from Oldhouse behind him now, which lets him focus on Starkey. Have to see how this plays out for them. Let's go for a bit of extra excitement in Colin's view. You can see that Ferrari's pushing the back out a little bit on exit, whereas the BMW back to its old form, looking pretty planted. I won't touch wood, as I say that. Comes in turn one, too much curb, Carl, careful. Oh. Okay, yeah, let's just have a little look behind. Andy Oldhouse behind, we've got Rogers. There's a lot of close battles actually right down the field. I'm just going to go to P2 and back to Helicam here, because this is it's only 0.4 behind now with Wolfslainer. Wolfslainer? Someone can't correct pronunciation, can you, in chat? But I'll say Wolfslainer. He looks pretty racy, and like you guys say, he knows what he's doing, and he's looking fast in that new Porsche as well. Okay, so yeah, good battle here at the front. Let's just see where our stuff's kicking off down the field. Chris is still right up behind Saunders there, probably just biding his toes. Maybe go for a move when he feels he really understands what Saunders is doing on the track and where the good corners are. Oh, hello. What's happened there? He's just pulled over. Pulled straight over. Was it? Oh, no, who pulled over there? Can't even tell. Sorry, guys. Lost track of things there. We've got Chris, Cullingworth, and Adam there as well. No, it's still the same four guys hunting down. It must have been somebody being lapped. Wasn't paying proper attention. Okay, yeah, good battles all the way through the field. Let's just go back to P22 or no, P19 now. Got Rogers in a Pro-Am category with Waite behind him who's in the Pro category. So again, probably being pushed. Waite's potential to go pretty quick, I think, as well. John Cullingworth's on a flyer at the moment, as is Chris. He's 3/10 up on his best lap. Sorry, tell me if I'm flicking around too much between the drivers, and I'll slow down. Just trying to keep up. Okay. Steve Howell's 39. Oh yeah, so he's overtaking Neve, right? Gotcha. Yeah, it was just passing about Markinen, which makes a lot of sense. Okay. Righty ho. I'm just going to go to a slightly different battle. Got Graham Brooks here, who's running in P14, and again, he's got some guys fairly close behind him. Oh, Craig and Colin going for it there. Colin trying to get round Craig, ready outside, but Craig guarded the inside by the look of it. Let's just have a little look at that again. I'll go back 15 seconds and we'll go to TV cam. Yeah, so Colin got a bit of a run, didn't he? Coming out of Falstons and down Hilltop into Knickerbot, but yeah, Craig guarded the inside. Colin thought better of it, and they both got through nice and clean. So still line astern there, but definitely Colin looking to make the move as soon as he possibly can. Okay, yeah, very close battle. I might stick with this for a minute actually and have a bit of a rest because I'm talking too much. Don't say much anymore, but it's a good looking game. Colin getting a bit squirrely there, back end nearly stepping out on him. Held on to it luckily. Again, I think he's got the pace just to pull back up on Craig at the moment, so it's looking pretty spicy. Yeah. Through Island into the Shell Oils corner. Somebody's pulled over on the left there. I won't look at who that is just now. They just got out of the way. It's a busy track. Okay, let's see how much curb Craig takes here. He's playing it really cautious. Colin not so much in the bimmer, smashing the curbs. Maybe that's how he got the run on the last lap, to be fair. It's looking a bit spicy at the front as well for Graham. Okay. Right, so we got a bit of a battle on here. 11, 12 and 13, focused on P12 now. Kamara, one of our newer drivers. John Gabbett right up behind him, giving him a serious run for his money. And ahead of them is Jay Larson. So yeah, one of the Larsons. Apologies, I don't know first names. I'm pretty rubbish at names. But yeah, this looks like a good battle as well, and certainly panning out to be something pretty impressive. At the moment, we're running 37 drivers, so we've had 3 retirements so far. I think Rich Gasson, can't see him on the board, so after that first lap, tap and spin, he's retired from the race. Can't blame him. Overtaking 39 people at Oulton Park to get back to top of the field would be a miraculous achievement. Elsewhere in the field, yeah, so we've got this battle here. Always run wide, so Larson's run wide. It's given Kamara the opportunity, but he didn't take it. No, he managed to hold on to that place. That's pretty miraculous. And again, certainly showing the pressure though is Larson. Kamara behind him, as I said, he's no slouch. The Porsche Cup is pretty fast. I've not seen him in GT3, but he's looking fairly swift. There's a bit of a battle up ahead still. This is the Chris Bourne group. Okay, so I think, sorry if I missed this, I think Chris has got ahead of Saunders. And I missed the overtake, apologies. But congrats to Chris, he's up to P6 now. And he looks like he's able to stretch his legs a little, so he's definitely holding a bit back there. Respectfully over Saunders. Saunders now under threat from Cullingworth. Cullingworth again looking pacey. I don't know where Chris found the opportunity to take him, but he certainly made the most of it. It looks like they both got through cleanly because they haven't lost time to other drivers. Okay. Aha. Okay, apologies, I'm getting some slightly weird timings going on here, so I'll stick to what I can see on the screen right now. So what do we got here? We have Richard Cook. Still, he's leading the Pro-Am category in P9. And then the next guy down the road from him is P12 Kamara in that category, closely followed by John Gabbett. So there's a good battle going on there. We'll stick with this for a minute because it's looking good. That Beamer looks really good around the tight corners. But I imagine the power of the AMG coming out of them is a force to be reckoned with. It looks like it takes the bumps really well too now, that car. So again, another solid choice maybe for the season. Could end up being really good. Yeah, sorry Nikos, I missed that. I didn't see it on the screen quickly enough. So yeah, you'll have to borrow a replay off someone. But yeah, a pass at this circuit in race conditions is pretty impressive. I think it's one of the few we've seen actually getting out. Okay, there's a bit of an incident back here. Jordan McNary's had a spin. And Eric Roman looks like he got tangled up in that as well. Let's just see what happened there. I'll go back 15 seconds. Okay, so Eric runs, ooh, just about keeps it at the barrier. I think Jordan as well. Not quite sure what happened. Maybe he just got thoroughly distracted. But Yeah, I can't quite see what happened to him. Anyway, let's get back to the action because, as I said, Chris now really stretching his legs in P6. Looking like, well, I'd say that it's only 0.9 to Saunders again now, so he's putting on a bit of a comeback. But then behind Saunders, we've got Adam Ostrichaz. He looks like he's being dropped a little bit there in P8. And then we've got Pro-Am leader Richard Cook in P9, who again is still battling John Cullingworth. So I'll keep an eye on the timing boards. If anything gets really close, I'll let you know. But for now, this is the closest battle on the track. Okay. Right. Okay. So it looks like status quo there, really. I'm going to move forward to P2 because Mr. Wolfslein is only 0.5 behind. Again, I don't think he's going to do anything dramatic here. But what we also have, Merigaglia, I haven't focused on him much. As I said, he moved to Ferrari. And he's got Dan Moffat right up his chuff there. Absolutely. Oh, crikey. Dan's looking very racy at the moment. That Beamer just looks so tight round the corners. He's not having to take wide lines. He's still running really good pace. That is impressive. Let's just stick with this. I get the feeling he feels this is his opportunity to put his foot down and make it work. Let's just see how we go here. Just move that down a bit. Bonk. That's okay with everybody. Cool. Yeah, Dan's backed off a little bit there. I wonder what happened. I think he must have made a little mistake. Where is it? Cook. It's Cook and Cullingworth still close. Let's just go through the field now, see where things are close. P11 still close, but again not under direct threat from Kamara and Gabbert directly behind him. But that's a good battle, and that's been going on since lap 1. So that's P11, 12 and 13. Looking a bit further back, P14, Brooks, car 65 in the Audi, stuck with the Audi. He sent me some settings to the Audi, he said try these, I couldn't get a lap at him. Honestly, I don't know how he does it. With Larson 0.5 behind him. Then we've got some fairly big gaps now between, we've got Starkey, P16, 1.6 behind him to Rogers. And Waite and Collins back there as well in P19. I'm not sure if Collins lost a couple of places there. I think he must have had a go at Craig and it not worked out. So apologies, we haven't seen that on the cameras, but that looks like the way that's played out. Cameron and Dont are fighting here as well. Cameron in the Pro-Am class, Dont behind him in the Pro class. And then just looking lower down the field at the battles. Eric Roman and Gary Barham are battling here. Gary's in the Beamer, just 0.5 behind him. And yeah, the car ahead of them, I think, is a lap down. Ah, it's Rich. It's Rich Gasson. He is still out there. Good man. He's continued with the race. So he repaired and he's continued. I take back what I said about him earlier. Okay. Yeah, it looks there's a bit of Italian loyalty in the chat I see from Angelo Corello, going for Molino. But yeah, he's got some serious pace, Molino. Like I said, saw him on the practice server, putting in consistently fast laps here. And I get the feeling he'll be even faster at tracks that are more favourite for him. I don't think the short British tracks are that popular for a lot of drivers. I love them. But, okay, yeah, it's just, who was that? Yeah, Eric just moving out the way of Gary then, I think. Moves through P27. Okay. Don't know what happened to Sims and Aid and Homer at the start. They must have got wrapped up in the issues at the start, but they're either in the pits or very far down the field now. So just a quick shout out to them whilst there's not too much going on elsewhere. And Sims back there as well in that lovely livery Ferrari. Okay, let's get back to the front because things are fairly close for P2. Dave, Mr. Sparks in car 88 at the BMW, he's 8.8 ahead now. And just to give you some context, he's putting in quali laps. He's done a 1:33.7 in P1. The soft laps we're looking at behind that are high 34s into the low 35s, so super impressive the pace he's managing to get there. 100 kilos ballast for next race, guaranteed, just for him. Only joking, or am I? Okay, so then we've got, yeah, Molino and Walsana battling away here. Let's just have a little bit of a look. Why not from a bit of bonnet cam? We haven't had any bonnet cam yet this race. Love that curve there, fantastic corners. Molino again looking a little bit loose, but it's just so fast. Braking hard now into second, maybe first. Just taking the rhythm through here. Cut the curb on the right a little. How brave are you? What are they doing there? What are those tyres doing there? They should be there. Coming up over the hill, you really feel the weight go out the steering as you come up here. It's a fantastic feeling. Brake in hard and slam it in third. Clip that second curve, not the first. Run it wide. Get up to probably fifth. And then on the anchors down to second for this pretty slippy right-hander. It's always difficult to know where to get on the power here. And then up over the start-finish line for another lap. We'll stick with this for a minute. We'll just complete maybe half a lap. If anything gets really close, guys, I'll move over to that, promise. I am keeping an eye on things. Just to say no, Chris Bourne, I won't cut to it yet, it's P6, he's catching Dan Moffat in P5. He's putting in some good laps, but they're pretty close. I mean, they're literally 2,000ths apart. Dan Moffat's last lap, 1:34.6. Chris Bourne's last lap, 1:34.6.02. So, you know, there's nothing in it. There's nothing in it there. They are doing very, very good pace, but to be honest, everybody after P1 is on the same pace now, 1:34.6 or 7. So it's kind of status quo there. It's just really down to mistakes, maybe tyres, I guess, as we get really towards the end of this race now. I can't believe the time's whizzed by so fast. Just 13.5 minutes left, so well over halfway. Things settling down a bit now. Okay, I never really understand why people like these views. I don't get it. And that one's really useful, isn't it? Get to see the track pass at the top right. Okay, so yeah, just back to TV2 there. Still really close. In fact, this looks better. It's closer than ever here. Wow, give him a little look there, just to give him something different to look at. See if he can get the power down better if the start finish, both in identical cars. So, or are they? They're the same. Yeah, they're the same. Yeah, some good liveries on show, guys, tonight as well. Everyone in Group 2 is watching. Make sure you get your liveries onto Awesome so we get to see them in a race tomorrow as well. It's nice to show them off on stream. 35.53. So I'm just looking at numbers and I can't see them. So, okay. Oh, you're just shouting out ages. I thought you were shouting out car numbers in chat. So I can't see those numbers. What's wrong with me? Oh dear. Righty-ho. Let's have a look a bit further down the field. Okay, so we've got Brooks here, P13, and Larson and Kamara just behind him, both half a second between them, between each other. But yeah, it's, again, they're really closing up through there, aren't they, as well? It looks like Brooks really might be struggling. Again, I don't know if with 1.9 and even with the recent changes to tyre degradation, whether that Audi is really hanging onto those tyres. To me, it really looks like it's struggling, if I'm being honest. Let's just have a little look inside the car and see how it looks to him. Hold on. Sorry guys, we'll get there. Yeah, so the Audi for the Brave, I think, on tracks like this, especially after 1.9, it's a tricky car to drive. Second half of the race in particular, looks like Brooks is really struggling to keep the pace. Yeah, he looked like his last lap was a 1:36.2 and it was an invalid, so he's just struggling to keep it fast and on the track. Let's see that, yeah, really late on the power there, coming out onto the start finish straight. Let's see how it handles through turn 1. Yeah, Adam, I didn't go back to too much of the carnage at the start because I thought there'd be more up ahead, to be honest, and it's been fairly clean after that. I might go back into the replay at the end of the race and just have a little look at T1, but I don't want to do a post-mortem really and start casting aspersions. Leave that to the stewards. But yeah, it was pretty messy. I think 5 or 6 drivers at the front end got into a bit of a pickle, to be honest, and arguably yourself as well. So yeah, we'll have to have a look at that a bit later, I think. Anyway, right, back to the front. So let's pop back to Mr. Sparks here, because he has got a 10.8 second lead. He's still putting in 1:34.2s. Seriously fast in that BMW. Just behind him there, just behind him, 10 seconds behind. Molino 10.8 back, still being chased down by Wolfsoner, but it's not too close. P4, battle for P4 is still pretty tight, but just looks like Dan Moffat isn't finding a way past Merigaglia there, or maybe he's knowing Dan, he's probably just going to bide his time, not do anything too risky in this stage of the race. Looking further back now, Brooks again in that Audi. Everything's pretty much a second or 2 seconds apart up until P13 that we're looking at now. It's a big gap to John Gabbett in P12. But again, 10, 11, 12 have all got 4 or 5 seconds between them. And yeah, so Brooks is the next guy really under pressure. Colin McNair's being hunted down by Rogers in the new Fiat. That's looking pretty close. Wonder what Colin's doing there, if he's carrying some damage, because he does seem to have... trying to think where he got up to at one point. No, he's got ahead. He's ahead of Starkey, who was struggling to catch before. He dropped a couple of places too. So again, we missed what's happened there, but it's still fairly close there. So McNair battling Rogers. Said up again ahead of them. I'm just going to go back to Brooks, because it does look like Kamara's really putting the pressure on now. So much more grip through there. It's got to get him now, surely. He's last of the late breakers here. See, no, he's pulled across. Yeah, he's just let it go. Or the Audi's just got massive straight line speed, but I don't know. I thought he would have... I guess he didn't want to hang it around the outside at risk of losing another place. Oh, he's pushing it. There's a big bump there as we come up over the hill. It's glad to see he managed to keep that on the track, because that could have ended up with bouncing off like Zebedee into the barriers, I think. So it's good to see all 3 of them still on track. Yeah, Brooks under pressure there. Just going to pop back to P26. No, that's not helping me. It says there's a very close battle there, and there isn't. So ignore me on that front. Okay, I'm going to focus on a battle for Brooks, Kamara and Larson at the moment, and then I'll just nip through the field a little bit in a minute, just so we can see people in their cars. Yeah, Brooks is looking really tentative on the power as he comes through, isn't he? So I'll ask him after the race, but I get a feeling that those tyres have really gone off for him, and as best he can do to use it as a straight line missile at the moment. No way, Adam. You and your VR, it's a nuisance, that headset for you, honestly, Mr. Rios. Old man sim racing in chat, Adam Rios. You're right, if you put those settings in and you put more than 10 cars visible on track with your 3070, it's going to eat itself alive, mate. So I think, yeah, that 4090 is looking ever closer, yeah? But yeah, fantastic. Right, Brooks again, he's under pressure, and he's closing up behind as well now, right? Because looks like Brooks is really struggling so much that the bunch behind him are really closing up. So we've got 5 of them there really battling away for P13 at the moment. At the front of the pack, just to tell you, Molino and Wolfsoner still second between them. Dan Moffat again still half a second behind Alessandro Berigaglia, 4th and 5th. And then Adam Ostrachaz, just a quick blip over to them. Adam Ostrachaz there holding back John Cullingworth in the identical in the BMW M4, but again looking like it's kind of status quo for those cars at the moment. So I'm just going to go back to this big battle where we are, and I'm going to whip through the field in a minute. Yeah, he seems to be able to stretch his legs in the straights, but then who knows, maybe the tyres will come back. That's good, got himself a little bit of breathing room. Yeah, so Yeah, actually, it wasn't him. He hasn't stretched his legs. Kamara here had a really, well, slightly weaker last lap, 1:36.5. So just lost a couple of tenths. Looks like he's got a bit of damage at the front as well that he's nursing. So, is that right? Yeah, I think he has. Yeah, he's had a bit of an incident at the front end. So, yeah, it's probably a little bit squirty for him, meaning the guys behind him are possibly able to compete. Where is the battle here? Okay, so yeah, Colin McNair and Rogers both closing in on Larson and Kamara up ahead of them as well. So Larson, I think, showing incorrectly there. Oh, okay, battling here. Cullingworth and Ostrich. I said it was line of stern and status quo, but John looking like he really wants to make the move on Adam, to be fair. And let's see if he gives it another go this lap. It's his closest battle on track. I will pop back in a second. But oh no, he's lost it there. He's made a mistake. So we'll just nip to Colin again. Still trying to hold off Rogers. Rogers really, really pushing Colin now. Colin's struggling with the car at this late stage of the race, I think, as well. So I'm just going to nip through a few of the cars we haven't seen too much of in a second. Let's just see how this pans out through T1. Gets a good run, that Ferrari, but I wouldn't be sticking my nose in down the hill here. Let's just see. We'll get to the end of this straight, then I'll cut down through the field a little bit. Yeah, we're okay there. Right, so just going for the front then. We got Sparks in P1. He's got a 13.9 second lead now. Super safe up front. He's just got back markers to worry about. Bellino's still in second with Wolfsenner really close to him, as he has been all race, 0.5 behind. Then it's 4 seconds to Dan Moffat, running the Beamer this year. Don't know why he chose the Beamer, I'll have to ask him. And then behind Dan, 2 seconds behind Chris Bourne. 2.5 behind Chris. Nice looking car, look at that, super shiny, super shiny. Saunders is then behind him in the new Lambo, in the black and red livery. Merigaglia, super fast last season in the Aston. Looks like he's still coming to grips with that that new Ferrari a little. He has been fast in practice, but maybe again, British tracks not his favourite tracks to lap on. We'll have to see. Then it's 2.4 back to Adam Ostrichaz. Then we got Cullingworth, 3.9 back. 3 seconds to Cook, who is still leading the Pro-Am category. Then Larson 6.4, John Gabber in second place in the Pro-Am category. Nice work, John, solid drive. Put the hours in this week, it's really paying off. Commentator's curse, I'll move off him quickly. And then back to P13, 8 seconds behind them. So this is the next clump really, where we've got Brooks, McNair, Kamara and Rogers. Super close, those 4 swapping places for quite a lot of the race. Looks like Brooks has got hold. Oh, McNair's got ahead of Kamara. I'm sorry, guys, I missed that again. My alerts aren't showing up the way I wanted them to. But yeah, and he looks like he's going to give Brooks a run for his money here as well. I'll just stay on this and then talk through the rest. So then down in P17, Larson, then Starkey, Serrano, Gasson. Then we've got Lenatis, 21, Barham, Eric Roman. Back this season. Hellstrom, one of our newer drivers. Colin late on the brakes there, but not late enough to trouble Brooks. And then Jordan McNair, Don't, Cameron, and then we've got Neve, Aid, Waite, Holmberg, Sims and Homer are all with Holmberg, Sims and Homer various laps behind as well. So they're really out of the running, but they're still here and they're still on the server. So great, let's stick with this. There is nothing else really close on the track, guys, so unless you've got requests of somebody you want to see because they got a shiny car, pop them in chat. But apart from that, I'll stick on this battle. I know we focused on it a lot this race, but it's the closest thing on track at the minute. Colin there, just giving him something different to look at. Colin runs it wide. It's like, no, come back, Cole. No. Oh, he's gone. He nearly went on lap 405 at that corner. So, oh, that's hard to see. Just hits too much curb there. Bounces the back end. Is unstable. This time he doesn't get it back. It was a valiant effort. Bonnets up. That'll be a few grand at the garage, Colin. Sorry, mate.
Leaders
Anyway,
lap now.
good work carrying on. Where is he now? He's lost a few places. To be fair, there were some gaps there, so not as many places he could have done, but he was carving through. So it's a shame to see him have that at T1. Really, he's driven a fantastic race to push back through. It's a shame for him there as well. Okay, leaders on a final lap. Where is he now? It's 15 seconds in. Looks like he's going for a flyer as well. He's up on his best at the moment. No, he's settled down again. I'll come to him in a second. Yeah, Brooks has got a gap there that looks pretty safe. But Kamara and Rogers might battle towards the last few corners. Yeah, really defensive driving here now from Kamara. Looks like he's really just trying to bring it home. They're coming on to their final lap as well. Okay. It's pretty close. It's given Brooks some breathing room though in the Audi, which I think he was desperately in need of. He was getting hunted and the car looked like it wasn't really doing it for him. But these two battling away now has really changed the dynamic of that there. So yeah, let's just have a look. Sparks in the lead now. I'll go back to those guys in just a second. But just to say, fantastic drive, Sparks. 18 seconds here at Oulton Park. That is an absolute phenomenal drive. So congratulations with Sparks. Brilliant win. Think looking at that sort of pace, certainly on these tracks in that car, looks like he's going to be the man to beat. Molino coming up as well in second place. Wolfslander's backed off a little bit. I think he's let it go. So Molino, yeah, Wolfslander's done a 1:37 last lap, so I think he's just let off the power or had a minor incident. Then we got Danny Moffat coming home in fourth, Chris Bourne, and I just want to get back to this battle. So after that, fifth is Bourne, sixth Saunders, seventh Ostrachaz, eighth Cullingworth. Have they finished their laps? Yes, I think they have. Merigaglia, Cook. Cook winning the Pro-Am category. Congratulations, Mr. Cook. John Gabbert bringing it home ahead of this group in P12. Congratulations, second place in Pro-Am. And then we've got this group. Brooks holds on, P13, best P13 he's ever had. Brooks holds on for 13th, followed closely by Kamara and Rogers. And then looking further down the field, let's just go over to Mr. Sparks again. Now he's back in the pits now. Let's have a little look at that. So yeah, who have we got? We can actually watch. We've still got some people on track doing some laps, haven't we? Or have we finished now? No, I think we're done. Everyone back in the pits. 40 races started. I think 34 finished. 34 finished the race. There's a disqualification there. I don't quite know how that came about. We'll have to have a look at that in the race reports. Quite a few incidents. Lap one obviously exciting. I'm not going to go through it on a replay right now because I feel that's a little cheeky to go back and do that. I'll leave that to the marshals or anyone wants to see it. Hey, thanks Nikos, that's great, thank you. Yeah, it's my first effort. I've never streamed before, so I'm glad everybody, well, hopefully got to see. I missed probably the 3 overtakes that were there. Did my best, but yeah, apologies for those. But I think we got a good feel for the race. And yeah, I hope to again sometime maybe get a bit of extra help so I can keep an eye on chat and actually an eye on the gaps so I can get on top of stuff when it happens and nip back 30 seconds and see what's going on. So thanks all for coming. It's brilliant to have you all here. I think because I don't know how to use it. Look, ending soon. It's even got me on it, but I haven't even put a blur so you can see this is my office. This is why I work from home. That's why it's got steering wheels on the wall. Do a lot of work. So yeah, it's fantastic to have you all here. Thanks very much for chance to do this. It's great to get SIMseniors back up and running again for season 3. Really hope everyone enjoys it. Like I said, we're clamping down a bit on the rules and on behaviour in the races, so it's really going to be at stewards' discretion as to what penalties are issued, potentially race bans, etc. But let's see how that plays out. Just think it's for the good of everyone. Everybody's here to get a full race in if they possibly can, have good battles. So if we can get around Oulton Park with that many people getting around and not having too many serious incidents, I think it's not a bad sign. And bring it on Group 2. I hope you all have a great race tomorrow. So yeah, I think I'll call it there. Thanks very much for coming. Do send me DMs. Just direct message me in the Discord. You got any suggestions or any feedback on the stream tonight? Things I could do to you know, to help out and do a slightly better job next time. More than happy for the constructive criticism. So yeah, let me know what you think. Great to have so many people chatting away in the chat. Fantastic. Even some of the drivers who retired. Right, Adam. And yeah, good stuff. I'll see you all in the next one. And good luck, Group 2 for tomorrow. Smash it.